Hello and welcome to my channel Happy Hours. In my last video, I discussed about the linguistic reorganization of states, problems of official language, arguments in favor and against Hindi, why Hindi was not accepted till the year 1965, and what was the final solution for the problem of official language. In this video, I am going to discuss about the Sindh and Punjab, where I am going to discuss about the subsidiary alliance treaty, British conquest with Punjab, and First and Second Anglo-Sikh War. Next, I'm also going to proceed with the tribal revolts, its factor, and the tribal movements of mainland and frontier tribal revolts. So, what are we waiting for? Let's start our discussion with Punjab and Sindh. Sindh was important for economic and strategic reasons. Roads and rivers of Sindh were well connected, and there were many ports for intercontinental trade. Therefore, British could not ignore the commercial possibilities of Sindh. Sindh was important for strategic reason because Russia was also trying to invade over India through Iran and Afghanistan. Therefore, British wanted to increase its influence in Sindh and Afghanistan. Initially, British concluded a treaty with Amir of Mirpur. Thereafter, roads of rivers of Sindh were opened for British trade. Later on, this treaty was converted into subsidiary alliance treaty. There was assurance from British that there will be no annexation of Sindh. And despite this condition, Charles Napier, a British resident, had annexed Sindh. He shamelessly wrote in his diary, "We have no rights to seize Sindh, yet we shall do so, because it is advantageous, useful human piece of rascality will be." He even sent a message to Lord Ellenborough and said that I have sinned. Next, we have to understand about the British conquest of Punjab, and for this we have to understand about the Anglo-Sikh relation. The Sikh state was formed by Maharaja Ranjeet Singh. The historical analysis was long-term evolution from Afghan control and control of Marathas. The Sikh religion was founded by Guru Nanak. He believed in Sach Akhand, which means the ultimate truth. The fifth Guru of Sikh, Guru Arjan Dev, compiled the Adi Granth. He was hanged by Jahangir because he supported his rebellious son Khusro. Thereafter, Mughal Sikh relation had deteriorated forever. Sixth Guru, Guru Hargobind, converted Sikh into militant and martial community. The last Guru, Guru Gobind Singh, had established Khalsa and called it a Sikh state. After Guru Gobind Singh, Banda Bahadur continued to fight against Mughal. Both Mughal and the Sikhs became weak, and then Punjab became a reason for fight in between Afghan and Marathas. Afghan ruler Ahmad Shah Abdali claimed Punjab, and even after victory of Abdali in the Third Battle of Panipat, Punjab was not able to be held by Afghans. There were many feudal chiefs in Punjab established the Mishal. There were total 12 Mishal in Punjab, in which Sukar Chakiya Mishal, led by Maha Singh, was very powerful, and his son Ranjeet Singh had captured many Mishals and established Sikh empire. He captured Lahore, Amritsar, Kashmir and Multan also. He was very courageous, efficient administrator and a skillful diplomat. His army was the second largest in Asia. A very strong artillery unit was created by him. In 1809, he concluded Treaty of Lahore with English. It was perpetual friendship treaty. The area of Ranjeet Singh was marked till west of Satluj. But after death of Ranjeet Singh in 1839, his successors were very inefficient. Khadak Singh, Nonihal Singh, Sher Singh were all failed to carry forward the Sikh state. His youngest son Dilip Singh became ruler under the regency of his mother Rani Jindal. There were many who wanted to become the ruler, so the conspiracy started. And to defeat Rani Jindal, some courtesans joined English. They betrayed their king, so the first Anglo-Sikh war started. At that time, Lord Hardinge II was the governor. Sikh Sardars were very ambitious, as I mentioned, and they became victims of corruption, sponsored by British. PM Lal Singh, military commander Tej Singh, both were conspiring with British. The Sikh resistance became very weak. Therefore, British invaded over Punjab. The Sikh army faced humiliating defeat and Treaty of Lahore was signed on 13th December 1846. In this treaty, subsidiary alliance was imposed. Sir Henry Lawrence became British resident and he was continuously interfering in the affairs of Punjab. Sikh army was made limited to the specified number by the British. A huge war indemnity was imposed on Rani Jindal. And because of humiliation and continuous interference of Henry Lawrence, the Second Anglo-Sikh War in 1848 to 49 took place. At that time, the Governor General was Lord Dalhousie. We have to understand about the reason behind the Second Anglo-Sikh War. The first reason was the Sikh Sardar got the consciousness to save Punjab. They wanted to take the revenge of humiliating defeat of the First Anglo-Sikh War. Second reason was there was the interference of British residents Henry Lawrence in daily affairs of Sikhs. Third, British resident charged Rani Jindal of involvement in conspiracy. Therefore, she was transferred to Sheikhpura from Lahore. Fourth and the last reason was the immediate factor and was the revolt of Mulraj, and Lord Dalhousie sent huge army to suppress the revolt, and Punjab was now annexed in British India. With this we have understood how British control over Sindh and Punjab. Now I proceed with the tribal revolt. Tribals are geographically and culturally isolated population having very simple economy and very limited worldview. They oftenly came in contact with mainland people and various state groups. They had started subsidization of tribal areas, and during the tribal caste continuum in British period, tribal revolt had started. There were 77 tribal revolts between 1773 to 1947. There were two main categories of tribal revolt. First was the mainland revolt and the second was the frontier tribal revolt. In the mainland revolt, there was feeling of nationalism and their movement was integrated with Indian National Congress. Whereas frontier tribal revolt was local and regional in nature and sometimes have separatist tendency like Ahom revolt of Assam, Naga revolt of Nagaland, Khasi rebellion, etc. Now let us understand about the factors of tribal revolt. The first factor was that the introduction of permanent settlement in tribal areas of Eastern India. The permanent settlement was not only introduced in agricultural land but also included the pasture land, forest land and the marshy land. Therefore, tribals have to pay rent to the tribal chief also. Now, the tribal chief became Jamindar and started paying land revenue to the British. Tribals had lost their customary rights on land. Second was the introduction of forest law. The tribals had symbiotic relation with the forest, which means the tribals sustained forest and the forest sustained tribals. But in the year 1878, the first forest law were passed, and thousands of acres of forest became the reserve forest. So the tribals lost their traditional rights, their social and economic relation with were disturbed. They lost the means of livelihood, therefore they revolted. Third reason was the land alienation in the tribal areas. There were continued Sanskritization of tribal community by following the customs and festivals of caste group. The private money lenders distributed loans on very high rate of interest and ultimately grabbed their lands. Now the tribals became bounded laborers. Fourth reason was the exploitation by the private liquor maker. The tribals had their own customary culture, drink, which was hygienic and healthy for them. Now the private liquor lenders had introduced their foreign liquor. The tribals were forced to consume these liquor. They were forced by the police and the goons were also helping them. They exploited the tribals. Now we are proceeding with the last reason, and that was the introduction of Christian missionaries. Missionaries were very active in these areas. They were involved in humanitarian activities. But there were large scale conversion to Christianity. Therefore, the religious and cultural characteristics of tribals had lost and they revolted. Now, let us discuss in brief about some of the tribal movements of mainland. Like Pahadia rebellion of 1778, which occurred in the Rajmahal Hill, Chuar uprising 1776, Midnapur and Bankura, Kol uprising of 1831, Chota Nagpur. Bhutto Bagas was the leader and it was against the company. Santhal rebellion 1856 to 55 to 56. It was also known as the precursor of 1857 revolt. The leader was Sindhu and Kanu. It was in Jharkhand and Goa. Next was the Kharwa rebellion of 1870s. It was in Bihar. Munda uprising 1860 to 1920. It was in the region of Chota Nagpur, and for them, they were fighting against the outsiders. For them, outsiders were Diku. Next is Naikada movement of 1860s of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. Ho uprising of 1827. It was in Singhbhum and Chota Nagpur. Khond uprising of 1837 to 56. Later again is started in 1914. It was in the hilly region extending from Tamil Nadu to Bengal. In Orissa in 1914. The leader was Chakravisnoi and it was suppressed by Colonel Sleeman. Next is the Khonda Dora campaign of 1900. It was in the Dabur region in Visakhapatnam. Next is Bhil revolt of 1817 to 19 and again it was in 1913. It was in the region of Western Ghat. Koya revolt of 1879 to 80 and again in 1886 in the Eastern Godavari region, Andhra Pradesh. Bhuyan and Juang rebellion of 1867 to 68 and 1891 to 93 in Kyaujhar, Odisha, and the leader was Darinder. Next is the Bastar revolt of 1910 in the Kangir forest, Chhattisgarh, led by Gondadhur and Lal Karinder Singh. Tana Bhagat movement of 1914 to 15 in Chota Nagpur. It was against the policies of local British authorities and exploitative business practices of local zamindar, mostly by the Urao people. Rampa revolt of 1916, 1922 to 24. in the Rampa region in Andhra Pradesh. The leader was Alluri Sitaraman Raju. It was against the exploitative British policies and oppressive forest laws that threatened the lives and tribes in the region. Now I'm proceeding with the frontier tribals like Ahom's revolt in 1828 to 33 in Assam. It was due to the non-fulfillment of the pledges of the company after the Burmese War. Khasi's revolt of 1830 in the Hiri region between the Jaintia and Garo hills. The leader was Nankao ruler Tirath Singh. Cookie's revolt 1917 to 19 in the region of Manipur. It was against the British policies of recruiting labor during the First World War. Jalain Gurang movement by the Mitai community in 1920 in Manipur. It was associated with the Kuki revolt. Next is the Naga revolt of 1905 and 231 in Manipur, led by Jadonang against British rule. Last is the Herka cult 1930s in Manipur. It was led by Rani Gudailu and she was from Naga race. Later the revolt was suppressed by Kabui Naga Association. With this, we have understood about the Sindh and Punjab, British interests and their conquest for Punjab and Sindh, about Raja Ranjeet Singh, First and Second Anglo-Sikh War, and we have also understood about the tribal revolts. This is the last video of this series. Next, I will start with the ancient history of India. If you like the content of this video, kindly like, share and subscribe. Thank you.